Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining today. Can I get a motion to bring the meeting to order?
So moved.
So moved. Okay. Did everybody get an opportunity to review the minutes, and can we get a motion to approve the minutes from June?
If you can hear me, I make a motion.
We can hear you. We can hear you, Karen. Thank you.
Yes.
Tracy seconds. Thanks. All those in favor indicate by saying aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, great. All right. Minutes are approved. This is gonna be a quick one today, guys. We only have one thing to review, and then we're gonna do the ITQs. One today, guys. Chuck, do you want to go over this, or do you have somebody who's presenting this North Shore lot parking garage? I'm sorry.
This is going to be Ricardi and I'm on Ricardi 2 right now. Okay, Ricardi, Clarence.
Okay.
This is Clarence Curry from the Sports and Exhibition from the Stadium Authority. I'm on the line, but Ricardi will be making the presentation.
Oh, there's Ricardi. Hi, Ricardi. Thanks for joining us. If you want to go through this plan, that'd be great.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, I have my screen open, but Chuck, if you can put up the slide, that would be great. My connection here is pretty bad.
Okay, Bill, can you share Ricardi's screen? Have him the ability to share a screen with us, please.
He'll be able to share his screen, but Posna will have to stop sharing hers first.
Okay, Upasna, would you stop sharing yours, please?
I just stopped sharing now.
Thank you. Oh, there's only 2 people on here.
You guys see my screen?
No, we can't see it. Or is it the spreadsheet that was sent in our packet? Is that what you're trying to pull up? Because
Yes, that's it.
Apposna has that.
Yeah,
Can
if you can put it up.
Apposna, can you pull it up?
Yeah, that would be better. Actually, that would be better for me because I'm on site and the connection here is pretty
Okay,
slow.
so
It's a spreadsheet. I just looked at, yeah, I think that's what I was looking at. Yep. Is that what you wanted?
Yes.
okay.
Perfect. Okay.
Can you? Okay.
Yeah, so thank you for taking the time to see us this morning. Last time we presented to you guys, it was a few months back at the beginning of the project. We were looking at the possibility of getting MBE and WB participation, which was 3.5% MBE, and I think we were looking at 13% WBE. WMBE, but at this point on the project, we are almost complete. We are coming to you today to see about getting approval and a reading letter actually to the SEA and CBC. But what we have done so far, we were able to improve the MBE participation to 5%, and the WMBE is actually 12%. The only reason for that I wanted to point out is because the contract of the project, because of change orders or whatnot, the numbers kind of went up. And so the WMBE kind of stayed somewhat the same, or it's actually showing lower than what we're predicting. And the one thing I want to show is the electrician contract, which before, when we came to you guys, it was not a minority participation, minority contractor, but at this point, they were able to get DBE certified. Even though with that, the WMB participation is still lower than what we were predicted. And also I wanted to showcase that we did get some veteran participation on the project. The exterior panel, architectural paneling for the project, which is a total of $651,000 plus, is going to a VBE contractor. And at this point, if I know you guys received the packet, I wanted to open up for questions. We still have a couple of the small contract that we are writing to contractors. At this point, we are talking with Clarence Curry, who's helping us getting some stripers, and also we reach out to Riverside with Myers, and he's Mr. Myers here, and he's helping us getting some minority contractors to even get striping done on the site and on the garage. Questions?
Yeah. Okay, so you're still gonna need like outside landscaping, that kind of thing. This is so little. Apasna, is there any way you can make that bigger? Sorry, even with glasses on, I can't see nothing.
The landscaping on the project is going to Butler Landscaping, which is
I see it, okay.
project. Yeah.
All right. I'm not thrilled with your participation, to be honest with you, because this is a construction contract, but I need to see why you can't hit the 25%. What's missing? What am I missing?
Here's what we have right now. This is what I got off what they just sent us. Upasna, can you possibly pull up the synopsis for this for them to see? What I got off of the recent one they sent us, and it'll show you that the MBE participation is 6.45%. The WBE is 12%.
Okay.
And the VSO, the veterans, if you scroll down a little bit, Upasna, is 5%. So what total I'm getting out of this, and tell me if I'm right, Ricardi and Clarence, is 23.45% overall. Is that correct?
Right. The way the Excel that you saw earlier, we didn't show the VBE in addition to what you're seeing on the screen right now. Yes, you are correct. We were only calculating the MBE and the WBE because the VBE was separate in our opinion. But if we're adding all of it, it should be correct.
Yeah, we appreciate the veteran owned, but we can't consider that in your participation number. Commissioners, do you have questions about this?
Before you went for questions, I just want to point out that this is a garage. So a lot of the subcontractors that could participate in terms of like a regular apartment building or whatnot, it's not the same because this project is a precast constructed building, and which is the major scope of the project, and that had to go to somebody else who's a major contractor.
All right, that's exactly what I was looking for, that explanation that you just gave. But go ahead,
okay.
Tracy.
No, that was the question that I was going to ask, because right now the actual facility is done. Is that correct? So now we're just looking at some of the after construction opportunities, such as the landscaping, the fire, the fire system, security system, those types of things.
And painting, he said painting. He found a minority or a DBE to do painting.
Yeah, we do have not the painting, the architectural, I guess cladding will be the proper term for it. The cladding on the exterior of the building, we're putting metal on the exterior of the garage on the north and the south elevation. That's our VBE contractor. But Painting is very minimal.
The
The
painting,
striping,
painting we're still looking at is to paint the lines on the floor, the parking lines. On the floor.
yes, yes.
Right, there's a female minority-owned company that I know that does that does the line painting.
If you, yeah, we are contacting some, but if you have additional, we can definitely entertain those.
So I do have familiarity with her business. Is there any other work on the building that, you know, besides the landscaping? So the landscaping around this parking lot, is that something that is a sustainable contract, or is this a one-time thing for somebody to do the, you know, the landscaping once the building is done and it's over with?
So I was on a project on for the SAP building, which is right across the street from the Hyatt, and Butler did that project. And it is my understanding, Butler Landscaping pretty much maintained the North Shore outside of landscape, which I saw them a few times here doing some work for the PNC Park for the Pirates. But Butler is doing a lot of the work on the North Shore and maintaining some of those lots.
We certainly encourage that, but that wouldn't be part of this construction budget. This particular plan was based on the construction budget.
Right.
And as Ricardo mentioned earlier, we typically have these problems with garages because of a good deal of that work. The precast concrete sections are made in factories, and there are only 2 or 3 regional firms that do that kind of work, and none of those are MBE or WBE.
Okay.
Also do want to point that in addition to what Mr. Curry just said, we were able to find a steel contractor that we encourage that the precast company to use. Is B Steel Erectors. I think he's out of Ohio. We encourage, he is a minority, and we encourage them to use them, and they did use them for a certain percentage of their cost.
I just wanted to add, like, more or less in good faith effort, you know, I can kind of double down on Ricardi's statement in terms of them reaching out to RCI for, you know, small business owners, contractors that connect with the project. So they have, you know, put their best foot forward in terms of connecting minorities on the contract. Even though, you know, the numbers, you know, could be better, they're at least, you know, making a good attempt.
I do seem to recall that contracts around parking garages have been difficult in the past too.
That's because of that precasting. There's really not an interior to the building itself, you know? Okay, well, I'm good. Does anybody else have anything else they want to ask or add? No? Is this something we need to approve? Is this just an update, or? I apologize.
Yeah, I would like you guys to do a vote on it so that I can send them an approval letter if we approve it.
Okay, can I get a motion?
I'll move to approve.
I'll
Thank you,
second.
Jane. All right, thanks, Earl. All those in favor indicate by saying aye, raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Motion passed. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time. And
Thanks,
have a good
Clarence.
weekend.
Thanks, Ricardi. We appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Good work.
Thank you.
Yes, I'll get you an approval letter later today or tomorrow, Clarence.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Chuck.
Chuck.
Have a good one.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, let's go on to the ITQs.
Yes. So, good afternoon, commissioners. Hope you're well. And just a quick update, recently we've had 10 work orders, and out of those 9 are from DOMI, 1 from DPW, There are 7 that have subs and 3 with no subs on them. So I won't go through each one of them. There are 2 that are less than 50,000. And let me just go through 1 or 2. So there's one here, which is the Hamilton and Homewood signal upgrades. It's oh, this one is, sorry, less than 50. So I won't take this one. I'll take this. The next one is North Avenue streetscape and intersection upgrades. The prime is ACOM technical, and the project cost here is 132,812. They have 4 subs on it, 1 MBE, 2 WBEs. And this is the allocation among the MWBEs. Then there's the next one, which is a DPW project. It's the new salt storage facility at Sawmill Run Boulevard. And the prime is civil and environmental consultants. The project cost here is 276,000. There are 3 subs on it, 1 veteran owned, 1 WBE and 1 MBE. And this is the cost allocation among the 3, the veteran and the WBE and MBE. So, so we have 10 such work orders. Now, I'd also like to share with you the summary for the last 6 months, what the ITQ MWBE participation is looking like. We stand at 23.2%. The total contract value in the last 6 months has been 3 million, a little over 3 million. And the MBE participation stands at 7.8%, WBE at 15.4%, and veterans at 4.5. This definitely can be better. And Chuck and I hope to meet with the project managers and with procurement next month, so we can work towards improving these numbers. So that's it from me. Thank you.
Thanks, Upasna. I wonder, does anybody have any insight on why that MBE is lower, so much lower than the WBE? I think what may be happening is if it's minority and women owned, the women are choosing WBE instead of MBE.
Yes.
We've had quite a few over the past, in this past year that are a combined certification. And I think when they need to choose, they're choosing woman owned instead of just minority owned, which I would too if I were, you know, a woman of color that owned my own business. I think I'd be touting that WBE status. So I think that's probably what's happening here, but I would like to see that MBE percentage go up.
That is correct, Commissioner.
Yes.
In years past, we were dumping everything into MBE just because we thought it was the greater percentage to dump into. But recently, like you said, a lot of minority women have been opting to choose the WBE for us to track. So you're correct there. If we did it like we used to do it, the MBE number would go up and the WBE number would come down on these.
Yeah. Well, I mean, until we find a better way to slice that up, I don't know what the answer is there.
And there's one other category that we're going to start tracking probably the first of next year is going to be the LGBT plus community businesses. We're going to start adding them next year. And we've already started, Upasna and I have already started changing the form to add them to the form so we know what type of participation we'll be getting from them.
Chuck, will LGBTQI plus businesses, will they be recognized with the state? Will they be certified?
Yes, they have a certifying body from the state that we will look for their certifications come from.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll factor that in when it's presents itself.
And right now they're talking 3%. So that's what the city council was talking right now, 3%. So we'll follow that through and see how that goes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as far as the manager's minutes, we have our meeting next month, and August and September I think are going to be a little big, guys, because the city just passed that 325 million from the federal government to be utilized. So I'm sure that all of the departments are going to start rushing to get some of that money. So for August and maybe September, look for a little bit more lengthy meetings. Okay.
Yep. Sounds good. All right. If there's nothing else, does anybody have any announcements or things they want to discuss while you have us all together? No. All right. Well, in that case,
Yes.
oh, go ahead, Chuck.
I just want to make one more announcement. I am putting together the November party for us, so to speak, in the city stats room. Okay, so we'll be on something in the city stats room late November, early December. Is that okay?
That's
Sure.
more than okay, Chuck.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have one announcement. It's non-EORC related, but I'm inviting everyone to my book signing on next Thursday at Fogo de Chao, 5 to 7 p.m. So wanted to invite everyone to that.
Congratulations, Dr. Hall.
Yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Big thanks for you.
Chuck, could you guys send that out to everybody, the location and the name of the location and the time?
Dr. Hall,
I
Dr.
can
Hall,
do that.
Thank you.
I'll send it to you, Chuck.
Thank you, Dr. Hall.
That'd be
Okay.
great.
Thank you. Please do. Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, if there's nothing else, I guess we could get a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
All right. So moved. All right, but guys, see you next.
Thank